This is a close reading of I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This is chapter 5, section 6. In section 6, you're asked to explain what happens when Brian returns. And then what does Brian ask of Noah? So, basically what happens when Brian returns. What we already know up to this point is that Jude and Brian didn't have anything between them. Nothing happened in the closet. So suddenly, rather than dreading Brian's return, Noah is now optimistic again about Brian's return, until we're two lit candles melting into one. So if you remember, Mom has been baking. She's been baking both an apple pie and apple turnovers. Jude is angry with her mom, and so she's refusing to eat it. Noah, on the other hand, is down there eating a lot of it. He says, since I've become King Kong, I can't get enough food in me ever. So we have this idea that at 13 or 14, Noah has grown. He's large. He's eating a lot. And Mom is in this great mood baking. She confesses, Jude, I know you're furious with me. It doesn't mean that you can't eat turnovers. When Mom turns her back, Noah slides over and gives Jude something. As they're having this moment, Brian Connolly comes through the door. And at this point, Noah freaks out. I involuntarily jump up, then sit down, then jump up again, because this is what normal people do when someone walks into a room, right? So he is freaking. Stop being a freak. Disfigured chipmunk. He has this moment where he's there. Brian has walked into the room. Brian looks at the counter with longing. Maybe later, his eyes travel to me. He licks his bottom lip, and the gesture, so familiar, makes my heart lurch. So it seems clear that Brian has come in to see Noah, the amazing squinting eyes. So he says, hey, you want to go? Like this is the most normal thing, and Noah and him take off. As they're taking off, we hear the parrot in the distance screaming, where the hell is Ralph? I forgot, I can't believe I've gone months without thinking about Ralph. And the mom says, quite an existential dilemma that parrot has put us all in. An existential dilemma. And I put in the margin the definition, considering our existence, who we are, what we're about, and the effects of the choices we make. Are we caught up in some chain of events, this predetermined fate that we are drawn to, or do we make individual choices and those individual choices lead us to our future? And so this idea of a parrot screaming in the distance, whereas Ralph, brings about this whole idea of existence. Does Ralph exist? And they go into the woods. Again, the imagery of the woods, this place of safety, of being covered. And Brian pushes me against a tree and kisses me so hard I go blind. So Brian immediately pushes him up against the tree, kisses him hard. Noah has this moment where he sees all these colors, red, orange, blue, green, purple, yellow, red, orange, green, purple, yellow. They have this moment where Brian confesses, I've wanted to do that. And Noah's overwhelmed, and although he thinks it's being a complete dork to say it, he tells Brian he loves him. And Brian changes and turns to Noah and says, no one can know, ever. And this idea that no one can know is really hard on Noah. It'd be the end of everything. My athletic scholarship at Forrester, I'm the assistant captain of the varsity team. And so they go back and they just forget about this dilemma of telling anybody or keeping it a secret. And they just have this passionate moment, like they're the two in the alcove, until we're two lit candles melting into one, and Noah says to him, "No one's gonna find out. Don't worry." And so they have this coming back together. Brian clearly has been obsessing on Noah. He pulls him directly into the woods, their place of safety and secrecy, and he kisses them. And they have this very intimate physical moment, but Brian has asked of Noah to keep the whole thing a secret, or Brian will be in trouble.